Hey everybody, it's Annette and my little birds. Hey, they're thriving. We're going about, I need to start writing dates down, about a week and a half, um, at least a week and a half old. I have to go back and see when I did the first video on this, so just not handling them too much, but handling them occasionally, once or twice a day to get them used to being held and interacting and hearing my voice. They're still doing good in the tub. When they get bigger, we'll move them to the playpen, and it's hard to describe. You'll just have to see it on the video if we get to that point. But they're thriving, they're doing well. I still, the heat table or the heat thing is on at night and the first part in the morning because it's a little cool. It sounds so relaxed and I'm going to zen myself into coma. But that's all you can do is just take care of them. They are eating really well. They are old enough now to where they're messing up in their water and in their food because that's what they do. So about 2 or 3 times a day, I'm having to switch the water out. I got them on the high protein food, the Do More 20%, or DUM. I had to look at the bag. 20%. It's a higher protein for the babies because they need higher protein. And I removed the rest of the eggs off the nest. I candled them. They were not viable. So now there are no eggs on the nest. So to recap, we've got one baby in the lower run with its mama, two babies in the upper run with its mom, and then these 2 babies that were kicked out. So 5 chicks total have been added to our flock so far. Of course, summer is still here, predators are still here. I do keep a radio day and night. I have 2 radios that I rotate to keep it on 106.9. The light is in our area. It's the contemporary Christian music, and it does have, oh God, it felt so good. It does have preaching and talking on there. So I think the voices help as a deterrent, plus the deterrents I have around the coop. Excuse me. The one that is triggered by movement, and then the flashing red light ones you can get on Amazon. I find that the radio may be a really big deterrent because the voices, when you're dealing with animals and predators, lights sometimes will deter, sometimes won't. Loud noises, like the one I have that's motion censored, will work, but that's contingent upon the animal passing in front of it. So you have some lower animals, and I read that the radio won't deter snakes, but because they don't hear like we normally hear, their body feels vibrations. So I don't know if the radio, if they get any vibrations off of that. I don't know how sound carries or creates vibrations for snakes. I'm not that deep in the weeds on snakes. I just know, for the most part, good snake, bad snake. But all snakes want to eat the babies. So they cannot go outside into an outdoor habitat until they're big enough not to get swallowed by a snake. And I've had some that have been, it takes a while to get there because I've had some maybe up to 3 months. I've lost over the years 2 where a snake did try to consume it and then, spit it out because it couldn't get it down. And I know that sounds disgusting and gruesome, but that's the things we're dealing with when we're raising these little ones. So typically, nobody, uh, the only reason I got the baby down in the lower run is because the mom's staying in the coop with the rest of the birds. So there are 6 other birds and a rooster in there surrounding her. She's backed up in the corner with her baby. I feel like that's safer than having her by herself and the baby right now. So just have to make calls depending on your environment and, hey, in circumstance, and just all you can do is make the best call ever, that you can. I mean, and it doesn't mean that it's going to work 100% of the time. So if you've been doing this, if you're thinking about doing this, I will tell you some of the chicken boards are very helpful. Please don't poop on me. um, that'd be something to get on video, wouldn't it? Some of them are helpful and some are not, some of the comments. And I saw one the other day and I was just like, I'm not going to get roped into that because I just wanted to just leap on this person. Somebody was lamenting a loss from snake. A snake had gotten a hold of one of the birds. Like I told you, it'll try to consume it, then it'll realize, oops, this is too big to get down, spits it back up, you get a dead bird, and the snake didn't get a meal, and it's a lose, lose, lose for everybody. So somebody actually slipped in on the comments and went, secure your run. Okay, unless you have your birds in a bunker, snakes are going to get in. That's keeping it real. I don't know anybody who has any type of farm at all who does not get a snake somewhere. And I'm talking about people who are way more experienced than me. People who do this is part of their life. Snakes are part of it. Secure your run from a snake. It's like, hello, idiot. Either you don't have birds, if you do, you've never suffered a loss, or you got them in a bunker and then they don't get any fresh air. So I don't appreciate stupid comments like that because, number one, they're not helpful. And most people just go, oh, I'm sorry about your loss. That happened to me. This is what I did. So it's kind of like what I'm telling you what I'm doing with the radios and the motion sensor and stuff like that. But snakes will get in. I don't know anywhere on the planet that will keep a snake out. Any method or anything where you have livestock of any kind. So when you do this, if you do this, or if you just like looking at the videos, that's perfectly fine too. You're welcome to do that. That's why I'm here. But just, there will be losses. All you can do is the best that you can do. Keep them as safe as you can. Now, some things like forgetting to close coop doors and stuff like that, some of the people have lost them on that way too, and I'm not going to beat them up for doing that. People are human, people make mistakes, but then, there are prices to pay for those mistakes, and that could be a total loss. So if I have any, I guess today's Friday words of wisdom are to do the best that you can, keep them as safe and comfortable as you can. I just felt my thumb get picked. And just do it. We're stewards. We're doing the best that we can do. And if and when you suffer a loss, don't beat yourself up. We can only control so many things within our environment. And if we've done the best that we can do and something still gets in, it's not your fault. You just make it stronger, better, reinforce as you need to periodically. Check your runs for any weaknesses, any gaps in netting, any holes that may need to be covered by the fence, because birds will dig especially in the summer, they'll dig a lot of those dust baths and create a lot of gaps. So preferably have some fencing under your run, which I'm fortunate that my husband didn't know to do that. He was raised on a farm. Sorry, I just kicked my tripod. So he grew up with this. He knew how to set up a run. So for that, I'm very thankful. Anyway, me and the little ones are wishing you a happy and blessed Friday. And can I speak for y'all too? Okay. We love you and hope you have a beautiful weekend. I do not have my remote. I'm going to manually cut off. So excuse my arm. Love you.